Okay, so let's dive in. Thanks for bringing these lyrics from Demun Jones's Lifeline. Really powerful stuff here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to try and unpack this source today. Our mission really is to explore that, well, that raw human experience he captures. What feelings, what struggles, what jumps out at you.
Well, it hits you right away, doesn't it? That opening.
Yeah.
It paints such a vivid picture of being alone, in the car, late, everything's dark and quiet.
Right.
And that line about feeling like you can only feel like hiding in a song, it's that really universal feeling, I think, of being completely isolated.
Totally isolated. Yeah, even when the world's just moving along outside.
Exactly.
And it's not just feeling quiet inside.
Yeah.
There's that external pressure, too, right? He talks about when the rain keeps falling and the river starts rising.
Oh, yeah. That image.
It's so strong, isn't it? For that feeling of being overwhelmed, like circumstances are just building up.
Yeah, building up and maybe kind of threatening to pull you under. It's that sense of being swept away and believing in that moment, there's no one, I got to get through this alone, which, sets up that immediate plea.
The lifeline.
Exactly. I need a lifeline. Don't let me drown. That's the core of it, right? That initial cry for help when you feel like you're just submerged.
But what I find really interesting here is how quickly it pivots. From that sort of external storm and the plea to this really intense internal focus. Suddenly, it's staring at the wall, talking to myself again, still dwelling on the past regretful little things I did.
Right.
It stops being just about the rain outside. Now it's about the storm inside.
And this, I think, is where it gets incredibly relatable, thinking about those phantom possibilities.
Yeah.
If I could go back in time, would I be better off or make the same mistakes again? Or just looping on? Like, thinking about the different ways wouldn't be fourth along if I ran to a different place.
Oh, totally. It's that classic what-if trap, comparing now to some past decision you made or didn't make.
It absolutely captures that self-blame loop.
Especially with that line, oh, man, I coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't.
Oof, yeah.
It just perfectly sums up the weight of all those missed chances, dwelling on what you see as failures. Feeling stuck while you see him win. It's just pure regret talking, isn't it?
It really is. So, okay, we've started out feeling overwhelmed, isolated. Then we dive deep into this internal world of regret, self-doubt, totally fixated on what's already happened.
You might think, well, is that it? Is that where the song leaves you?
But it doesn't.
Yeah.
And this is where it gets really powerful, I think. There's this conscious turn.
Pivot, yeah.
The source moves to, all I got is now this is the day I let it go. And that's not just description. That feels like a declaration.
It does. It's acknowledging, okay, change might hurt, but he frames it as beautiful. There's something in the acceptance itself.
And this, I think, is the core insight that comes out in these lyrics. It's realizing that, okay, maybe the external stuff, the rain, the rising river, maybe that's out of your control.
Right.
But something fundamental is in your power.
And that's the big takeaway, isn't it? Stated so clearly, you know that you can't control the world, only how I react.
Exactly.
That shift, going from needing that external lifeline to actually finding the agency inside yourself, that's the whole journey right there in the words.
It simplifies everything in a way. It brings the focus back to what you can actually influence.
Yeah, distilling it down, like you said, to focusing on the positive, only fix it when it's broke.
It's like moving from trying to fight the current with paddles, to maybe just floating with the current, finding a different kind of strength. Acceptance, focusing on now, not the past, could have, should have, would have, didn't.
So let's recap this journey briefly. We started in that place of feeling pretty isolated, overwhelmed.
And dwelling on the past, all those regrets, the could have, should have, would have, didn't moments.
Right. And then we followed it to that really crucial turning point, that realization that all I got is now.
And finding the strength in controlling your reaction, not the whole world, not the ghosts of the past.
So the lyrics trace this path, from desperately needing that external lifeline to uncovering an internal resilience, a focus on the present.
So what does that shift, from reaching out for rescue to finding that strength within, what does that suggest to you about how you might navigate your own tough times? This source really leaves you with something important to think about.